You know, Halloween time is coming up. As you can see, we're in our fits. Um, how y'all feeling? Y'all feeling good?
I love Halloween. It's like my favorite time of the year. It makes me so happy.
Damn.
I'm a basic white girl. Like I love pumpkin spice.
You like pumpkin spice?
I like pumpkin spice too.
My whole
though.
apartment smells like pumpkin.
Oh man.
Pumpkin, cinnamon, apple pie.
See, I'm black. I like sweet potato pie.
I'm not that big. I'm a
I don't know. I honestly don't know the
texture.
difference, bro. Like I promise
there's
you,
a
I don't know the
difference,
difference.
There's a difference.
There's a
It probably
difference.
is. I don't know what it
I
is.
make really good
difference.
sweet potato pie.
I love me some sweet potato pie.
It's the cinnamon.
You baking, you have not brought us any pastries.
I know.
I ain't had no cupcakes, no cake.
I'll bring some next time. I make cake I make something on Sunday and then I have it like during the week. So I'll make like muffins or
Crazy.
cinnamon strudel.
She really bragging.
Yeah,
I got all the sweets and y'all
crazy.
can't have
you
none.
can't have any. All
What
my-
was it? You got all them sweets and I ain't gonna get
I'll
none.
make something for sure. I promise.
Welcome to the Bridge ATL, y'all. It's our special Halloween edition episode. Y'all see, I look like the Quaker Oats guy. That's not what I was going for though. But welcome to the show. It's your camera guy. I'm back. Your friendly neighborhood camera guy, or however you want to say it.
You can't get enough.
I'm here. Ty. Y'all already know. And with me, as always, we have the guy, the man, the bandito himself, Kel.
Not playing. You can't use a gun signal and nothing like
Pew,
that
pew.
because, like, censorship. You feel me?
Hit him with one of these.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I mean? But hey, what's up, y'all?
And then, of course, we have Ashley. No, I'm just kidding. We have the great, the wonderful, our new co-host, Ashley. She's here. She didn't dress up, though. So, you know.
I don't have a costume. I have lots of sweatshirts. I have the spooky time.
But she loves Halloween.
I do.
No costume.
They don't like women. Our costumes are sketchy. Like we don't
You
have.
gotta get the men outfits.
Better go in that men's section. You know what I mean?
You gotta mix it up. Mix it and mash.
Everything is like slutty this, slutty that.
I mean, our costumes
boobs
are
out,
slutty.
ass out. Like I don't
How
want
long do you
that.
think it'll take before men costumes become just as slutty as women costumes?
I mean, I got the hoochie daddy shorts.
Like they gonna have like what you're a sexy cowboy, a sexy cop. Hey,
I don't think
sexy colonial.
Well, you guys get like firemen, policemen, Hugh Hefner. Like in college, everybody showed up in boxers and a robe.
Oh yeah.
Like that's your out there in a bottle. Like or like, oh, I'm a police officer, shirt open,
like strippers,
body out.
basically.
Yeah. I just don't see any like men that I know that would come out in like short shorts and like their stomach out. Like they're not gonna pull
No,
a Channing
fuck no.
Tatum.
Nah.
Like it's not giving Magic Mike.
No.
So I think the closest you guys get is the Playboy.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think is gonna be the most popular outfit this year? What's gonna be the in outfit? You know how there's like it was Harley Quinn one of those
Anime.
years.
I feel like anime with Meg the Stallion. Like her
think
little
it's gonna be like
outfit she's
anime?
been wearing.
Oh.
Like the fighter
There's usually,
games.
Like what? A few years ago, it was like Wednesday. Everybody wanted to be Wednesday.
So the new season's not out yet. So
It's
I think
supposed
it
to
was
be coming
like,
soon, though.
but I think it was like prepping for
Right?
that
Yeah. I just feel like every year there's a
something.
outfit, right?
Yeah.
Like it was Harley Quinn one of those years.
Harley Quinn's had
Harley
people in a
Quinn was
chokehold.
like the outfit that whole year. I can't.
Maybe Barbie because of the Barbie movie.
That's like 2 years now, though, isn't it? Barbie's
I
like
thought
2 years
Barbie-
old now.
I didn't watch
Oppenheimer
it.
Barbie came out like last year, right? Yeah.
I don't watch it.
No, I didn't watch it
Barbenheimer.
either.
Barbie was alright.
That was Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
So there was like
Yeah,
the
Margot
theory
Robbie,
that
yeah.
was her before she met the Joker.
It's it's
be crazy.
It's definitely a it's not a film meant for us guys. I will say that. But it's
I didn't
Barbies.
watch
Barbies weren't really meant for us guys, really.
They make Ken.
Barbies weren't really meant for us guys. You think I'm gonna be walking around? Hey, I'm Ken. No.
They even have a black one.
They did?
Yeah.
Who that was for the
I had
black girls though, so
Yeah.
they can have a black boyfriend for their black Barbies.
So you know, like my mom's black and my dad's white. So my mom always had like bought me. She wanted me to be like a super girly girl, so she bought me all the dolls. So she would always buy me two of like in different colors. So they don't have like when I was growing up, they didn't have a light skin like mixed Barbie.
Nah, they just
There's
had
either
dark.
white blonde Barbie or chocolate Barbie.
Chocolate Barbie, yeah.
And then there's white Ken or there's chocolate Ken. And chocolate Ken and white Ken are the same. It's just the hair color.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And then my mom bought me
They
like
had the same fucking hair. It was crazy.
yes, and then she bought me like these little babies. They were like this big, and they were like white and black. And then she bought me two dogs, and they were like white and black.
She made
She
sure.
covered all the bases.
Hey, look, they should have made a bundle for your mom. Like, hey, here's
for real.
the white and black bundle.
It's
Get it while it's hot.
hilarious. She just would buy it in all colors. She's like, so I would have all my Barbies laid out, and they would just be the little rainbow.
That's funny. I don't know. As a, I don't know. We just got action figures. Like I didn't care. If
And you
they
guys
were,
have like Hot Wheels and Nerf guns. You guys
Hot
get all the
Wheels.
fun stuff.
Hot Wheels. I had.
They
hella
want to
Hot
give us
Wheels.
fucking cooking
I
sets.
had
want
a
to
briefing
cook.
case. Hey,
No, I ain't
look.
look. So
I
look,
wanted a
shoot stuff.
sister so bad,
For
just
easy
for
bags?
the yes,
Yeah, those
yes.
the easy bags was
All
awesome.
those commercials
It was
had me
so
like, bro.
nasty.
we
I
was-
finally
that
got
look
one,
good.
and I was so disappointed.
That's what I was told, but I didn't care.
My
I
mom was
wanted
like,
it for
"You can make
myself.
stuff for
Somebody in the
real."
hood had the easy bake, and
It
we
was
was
so
always over there
nasty.
like, yo,
Oh,
let's
for
get
real?
it. Hell yeah,
That's
cause that shit, bro.
crazy.
We used to be like, damn, like, yeah, go cook that shit up. You know
With
what
the
I'm saying?
little, it was like the little pan, like
Yeah,
this
all of that.
big.
Yeah, that shit used to be
Man,
fire. You
I
like,
used to
yo.
be so mad. Friends coming to school. Yeah, my sister got an easy bake for Christmas. Oh, you lucky. I wish.
Nah,
I
for real,
wish.
bro, we was in there
I mean,
like,
as a
yeah.
boy, like you couldn't really be like.
Nah,
I
so
want an
Brittany got the
bake.
easy bake.
I
Let's go
like
over
the
there.
Nerf guns. I like y'all get all the fun
I mean, you could
stuff.
have played with those too, though.
I did. I would go right to my uncle's and we'd be running
But
around the house.
I feel like Nerf guns, Hot Wheels. I don't feel like those really had a gender. You know.
I mean, they
definitely did,
They're
though,
not
bro.
for
I mean,
girls.
they were marketed towards boys,
Yeah.
but like they don't.
There was no girls on
No
the
girls
bus.
was
Again,
playing no
there
Hot
were no
Wheels,
girls
bro.
who I
Yeah,
really
they weren't
knew
doing
that
Hot
were
Wheels.
really into Hot Wheels.
I was
either.
playing.
Nah.
I was
Yeah.
a very
I don't-
much a tomboy.
I don't think.
You would definitely been called a tomboy playing some Hot Wheels.
I
bro.
made.
yeah.
Do you remember the one when you would drop it and then they get
Yeah,
The tracks, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had all kinds of
Like I
stuff.
said, I had the whole little briefcase. I had a briefcase of cars.
And y'all got the science experiments where you could like make candy and like make
remember that
stuff.
shit, yeah.
We
Yeah.
got boring shit like, oh, here's this doll.
Y'all had
Be
easy.
a mom.
Y'all had easy.
Here's a
bake, though.
stroller.
Hey, no, that's crazy. Though. They were
Counterpart.
training them to be
They were,
parents
yeah.
at a young age.
Yeah.
Walking
And-
around with my baby. I don't want a
Did
baby.
they have a cleaning set? Like, did y'all have like a
They had all
cleaning
kinds of
set?
shit, bro. They
Yeah.
had
I know
everything
they had
like that.
cooking. The only cooking we had was like a grill.
Cleaning.
I think I had the little grill when I was young. That might be why I cook all
Shopping
the time.
carts. They're
They had
like,
the
go
house-
grocery shopping
They
at
had the house and
4.
everything.
They had
Yeah.
they had cash registers. They had it all.
Teaching us young,
crazy.
you gonna have to work.
This is
and be
really
a mom.
Christmas talk though. So you got Halloween stuff for us prepared. I know you said
Yes.
Miss Halloween here has us all set for this show. So y'all kick back.
Yes. Okay. So we have 3 rounds. The first round is going to be a true or false. The second is going to be a did you know, and the third is going to be gruesome and grotesque. So let's get it.
Content warning. You just gotta say that for legality's sake,
I don't even think it's that bad.
No, I'm
so
just kidding.
it's gonna be stuff that like takes place in Atlanta or around Georgia. But when I was doing like the search for this, I love the originals and the Vampire Diaries, and I did not know that Mystic Falls was in Covington, Georgia, and you can actually like go to the city and like they have tours and stuff. That was just a little fun tea I'm gonna throw in there. Okay, so super haunted and freaky facts. Number 1, Rhodes Hall, also known as the Castle on Peachtree. True or false? Is Rhodes Hall haunted by the ghost of its original owner, Amos Rhodes? Visitors often can feel cold spots on the grand staircase, and they see shadowy figures walking around the halls. Do you think this is true or false?
Sounds like it'd be true. I ain't
Where is it
gonna
at
lie.
again?
I don't even know what this is.
They said the Castle on Peachtree.
Castle on Peachtree.
You said castle. It's true. It's a castle.
True. Yeah.
It's probably
It's
got some
true.
ghosts in
If
there.
it's a legit castle, yeah.
It's
For
true.
sure.
They said that he haunts the halls because
That
it's
sounds
his
like
castle,
that
and he was
sounds like a
like
true
born and
story,
raised
though.
there. And
Yeah,
like,
it
made
seems like the
it.
castle, bro.
No, I mean that just sounds like a true
Dead
story
giveaway.
though. Like I could believe it that people, believe they see that and feel that.
You are such a non-believer. I genuinely want something spooky to happen to you because you are Mr. Like, nah.
And I watched a lot of Scooby Doo growing
The
up,
air came through,
And I would've
and you
gotten away
felt
with
the
it, too.
dust.
I watched a lot of Scooby Doo, blame Scooby Doo.
You gotta watch the new one. It's good. Okay. Ellis Hotel. The Ellis Hotel sits on the site of Wine Clove Hotel, and it had the deadliest hotel fire in U.S. history. But it had a recent remodel, and they're saying that there's no more paranormal activity because the remodel got rid of everything. True or false?
It's on top of the original.
False.
False.
Correct. You cannot cover up that kind of history. People said that they still hear crying, screaming, and doors slamming.
That's crazy.
And there's a nigga on the third floor just wham, wham.
He's just yelling. He's in the closet.
Hey, you know what? If I had the money for it, I would build a hotel, and I'd say, oh, this is built on top of an ancient Indian burial ground, something like that.
Would you actually build on top?
No, I feel like that's
no.
disrespectful. I wouldn't want to disrespect. Well, do I know that it was on top of an Indian burial? Yeah, I wouldn't want to disrespect their burials like that because I feel like that happens too often. Like their history and all that is always covered up. So like they're just like, oh well, Indians were buried here, but they ain't
But I mean,
around
any
now.
burials, like where my family lives in Trussville, Alabama, there's a big area of land that got sold off recently, and a bunch of slaves that was like a
Buried
slave
under there?
burial, but they couldn't afford tombs, like the tombstones, so nobody knew unless you were just from that area, and they just did this huge development and put all these houses on top of that. I'm like, those poor people.
Shit.
So I mean, it could
They
happen,
have
and you don't know.
dreams of captivity.
You know, they
But,
be like, shit, I don't live there. I'm just getting money. So
Right.
they don't care.
They
you
don't
know
give
what I
a
mean?
damn.
Yeah, they don't care.
But no, I would build a hotel, put speakers and shit all around it, hidden speakers everywhere, and just play
Make
little
noises and
sounds and
stuff.
shit. Yeah, they be like, bro, that hotel is scary as hell. And then people gonna be like, what's the real story? Is
What
it
would you
really
do if
haunted?
stuff really started happening though?
Like what?
Like all the stuff you were faking, like really started happening before you installed
Oh,
stuff.
that's even more money.
So you would keep it open. You just wouldn't go back.
I'd go there. I'd chill. I gotta stand on the business of being there. Like as long as
So you would work
business.
there knowing that like doors are slamming.
I'm like, well, that's
stuff's
just
getting
Jeff,
through.
man. Don't mind him. He pay rent. As a matter of
that's
fact. Spirits are only as powerful as you make them.
I don't think that's the thing. I think
I do. I believe that. I believe fear is only as strong as much as you feed it. If you don't feed fear, it won't be as strong.
so. You're walking at night, la 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 la, and then you see something, and it pushes you. You just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm
Is
not
it
scared."
like a spirit or something?
Yeah.
Or like, I mean, yeah, it'd probably freak me out.
Knocks you on the ground. You just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm taking my fear back."
I mean, in that moment, maybe not. But that's in the moment, you know.
You gotta chalk it up and just be like, oh, that's something happened. You know what I'm saying?
Really, what you got to do is just you got to always operate in a state of mind where you're like, you know what? There's a reason for that.
Scientific, yeah.
I think I got pushed, but I definitely
Because
tripped.
in my opinion, if you invite the supernatural, you gotta invite all of the supernatural. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Got to open
You can
yourself
know.
up to it.
I feel like you can know it exists and just that's it.
nah.
I feel like it's like being hypnotized. You ever looked into being hypnotized before? They say you can't be hypnotized if you're not open to it. So like people who are always like seeing people get hypnotized and they're like, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, because you're not open to it. You have to literally
I don't
open
know how to
yourself
turn
up.
my mind off though. Like I can't meditate. I can't do any of that. Like even when I get a massage, I'll be laying there like I have 900 emails. I have to do laundry. I have to do this.
I mean, but I
have to do-
understand.
Like,
My
I
brain is
can't-
always racing too until I go to sleep. And even when I'm asleep, I have crazy ass dreams. So it's like wild as fuck.
Yeah. So no, I don't think that.
No, you gotta be. I think it's just it's an open to it kind of thing. It's like it's like being scared of anything.
But I
If
also
you're-
don't think you should do stuff like that. Like I don't think that it's good for you to like let go that much to where you're having like an out of body experience.
Well, it depends on what you're doing. Like if you
Like what is the purpose of
Look,
hypnotizing?
look.
You know what I'm saying? You
You get on some shrooms, you gotta let go because
Yeah.
if you fight it, it's gonna be worse.
But that's, I mean in the sense of like hypnotism. Like what is the purpose for me being
Oh
hypnotized?
no, hypnotism. So I believe hypnotism, like what it's actually used for, is to help people get through trauma, right? It's
To make them forget it?
forget it or face it or whatever. I think it's like it's a therapy.
Yeah.
Is it
I
accepted
know
as
it's
therapy?
used in
It's seen. I mean, it's a form of holistic therapy, right? Like it's seen as like a way of basically putting you in another perspective outside of what you're thinking of.
Yeah, I wouldn't wanna
normally.
do that.
Yeah.
You know, some people aren't capable of like you're saying having that outer body. thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna just put it in a
Hypnotism-
box and drop it down real
No,
low.
you're not
No,
supposed
you're
to
not
do
supposed to do
that.
that.
That's
No, you're not
offensive.
supposed to do that. That's why they would hypnotize you because they're like,
Yeah.
nah, she boxing
No,
it
you
It's
up.
gotta
already in a
Yeah.
cute little
Like
box
imagine
somewhere.
if something traumatic happened to you as a kid,
Yeah.
and as a response you just locked it away and pushed it away.
Yeah.
Yes, that's not good because it's gonna keep coming out. It's gonna keep coming out. You can't really.
It leaks.
Our
disagree.
consciousness is not capable of bottling up stuff
No.
that long.
I disagree.
It's gonna always come out because you know when it's coming out is when you remember it or when you think about it. That's it coming out.
But I think that's just acknowledging it.
Because it's
I
still
don't
there.
think-
It's not gone. You're pushing it down. You got to let it go. Holding on to trauma. I mean, I know a few people.
You're really supposed to
I've
accept
known
it.
a few people who have like childhood trauma, and I've seen the influence that it has on their life. It affects you heavily, like the choices you make, the stuff you do, the kind of crippling addictions you can form based off of it. So it's like, I get it. Hypnotism could definitely be a way to like break them out of that. Like face your fear. It's kind of like facing your fears. But what I was going to say is, with fear, think of it like this. If you're scared of snakes, right? If you're afraid of the snake, chances are the situation with the snake when you see it is going to be worse than if you're not afraid of the snake.
That's
So
fair.
by not giving it fear, the situation is way significantly better. But by giving it fear, the situation can turn completely bad, and you never, you don't know. So I feel it's the same way with like spirits, the supernatural, and all that. Of course, I live on the side of skepticism because I believe more in science than I do in like supernatural and magic.
I can't wait
and
for
all that.
something to happen. I want like a
This
plate
is
to
crazy.
get, like,
Why does she
thrown
want
across the
something to
room.
happen?
See, like I said, I feel like if that stuff is real, I would have to accept all the things that I felt like was supernatural. So if I know that they're a ghost, okay, shit, then there's magic then too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
don't believe that there's magic?
Not on the level of how magic is, used. Like I could charm.
So do you
people.
think voodoo is real?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think it's real either.
I do.
I don't think it's real.
I believe in everything.
I think the
Like chicken bones
influence.
and,
Yes.
and
I think the
shit.
influence by giving it strength and believing in it and believing that it can affect you is what happens. I think it's like a
Placebo.
It's like a placebo effect, exactly. So if somebody,
So do you believe in like angels?
What you mean? Like
like biblically
Yeah.
angels? I don't know.
no.
Like like I said, religion.
I just feel like you can't have like one without the other. So I feel like if you believe in angels, you have to believe in demons.
like I
If you
said,
believe
I'm more of
in,
a.
it has to be a balance.
Yeah,
I
both,
don't.
yeah.
I don't think that you can have something happen like, let's say,
Well, like I said,
a war
I'm
area.
I'm more science based. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's no real proof of. I believe that religion is a construct to help us control, like to help control.
For sure, but
more
I'm
so
saying
than,
everything
like-
comes from somewhere. And I feel like as people, we all have energies. And like if something disastrous happens in an area, I don't, like a bombing occurs and millions of people die in an area, I
Energy.
don't think that's just gone.
No, I
energy.
mean there's okay. So like there's I guess there's a air of like I think, but that's based on the fact that you just have previous knowledge. Do you think you would feel that same way if you just walked into a field and where 1,000 people died?
I've been places and had weird vibes and I leave. Yeah, I don't do stuff like that. I don't like stuff like that.
Places that you have no idea of, and you're just like it just don't feel right.
Yeah, bad vibes matter. Bye.
I feel like that's more
So you
of
feel
like,
like
an
so
internal.
being from up north, right? And you moved down here. Do you feel a different vibe in terms of like slavery and all of that came out here was down here? Do you feel
Do you feel more oppressive down here?
yeah?
No, but I will say, okay, so you guys know I just went to Egypt. And
Well, yeah. I don't know where you be. Hey, jet setter over here.
so I just went to Egypt and I did like a lot of the museums and the tombs and the pyramids and stuff. Crazy in itself. But when I went down, because you can like physically go into some of the burials and like this is where, they buried people, took their organs out, painted on the walls and did everything. There is a very different feeling in those places. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a different feeling. It's not bad. It's not good, but it's uneasy. It's almost like, for me, it feels like if you're nauseous and like how your mouth waters and your tummy kind of feels funky. And then I left and I was fine.
I get that. But
So I think you can have those feelings depending on like where you've been and what's happened.
I get where you're coming
I
from.
think it's a thing where I've been to Alamo. You go to Alamo, it's like 1,000 soldiers die or whatever. You walk in, you don't really feel it, but then when you think about it, it kind of takes an effect. So when you
It's like heavy.
It's the
Yeah.
same. That's the same thing that happened when I
like
went
for
to
example,
the,
we can make a story about this particular area right here. 1,000 people died in just this area.
spread that
But
story.
you know it didn't happen.
We know it
You're
didn't
not
happen.
going to feel anything.
But we spread it to other people.
But when you go somewhere where you know some real shit happened, and you really logically
Think about it. Yeah.
it's going to affect you.
When I was in Hiroshima, it was like fine. But then once we went to the museum and then we started seeing everything and the effects, that's when like
The emotion
the heaven,
invokes
that's why I was
the
like,
heaviness.
oh.
Ground Zero, New York, same thing. When I was there, you see, oh, that's Ground Zero. But then you look at your phone, something, look it up real quick, and remember, like the towers are right here. the shit like a plane went right over here and just hit this shit. Like you're like,
I think it's
oh.
more so the knowledge that something existed or that something happened is what really brings that heaviness, you know, because it's a feeling. Because it won't feel the same for you that it does for me, right?
No, for sure.
We can walk into a tomb and you might feel like oppressively just like, whoa. And I'm just like, oh, this is really cool.
I thought it was
Look at
cool.
those
Like
walls.
I did not feel oppressed. I did not feel anything like that. It was just a different feeling. Like it wasn't like, oh my God, this is so sad or anything. Like I was definitely geeked out. Like I was there like, oh my God, because it's just such a massive area and like the artwork is so intricate, but it's definitely just a different feeling.
I will say, if anything happens to me that makes me believe, then I will believe, you know, in all of it.
We gonna do a whole show about it.
But what? Something happening to me? That's crazy.
Yes.
I don't know. I hear too many stories from other people, and it's like, man, I have yet to experience any of this myself. I've been in the same places where these same things have happened to people, and nothing has happened to me. And I'm like, well, when do I get my experience?
Maybe you're
Growing
not
up,
even
I've
open
always-
to it. Like, do you think that
Exactly,
you're even
though.
open?
But see, that's the thing. I thought you don't have to be open. It should just happen, right? If it exists, it should happen. There shouldn't be any conditions.
I just
for
meant in
it.
a sense that like maybe because you try to like explain everything away, like you could have had something happen to you, but you
And I
tried
just
so
like,
hard to
oh,
like write
I
it
don't
off
feel-
to
well,
something
that's the thing,
else.
though. I don't ever feel like I've had a moment where I was like, no, it had to be this. It had to be this. It had to be this.
I've had several unexplained moments. So I'm
Really?
cool with
The
just-
only
yeah.
time I can
I'm
say
cool with just
something,
being like, I don't know.
something unexplainable is like when you drop something and it falls into a ghost hole. You know how you drop something on the floor and it just completely
Gone?
disappears.
Yeah.
That's it. But that's
Glitch in
usually
the Matrix.
Yeah, it's just
You ever watched? And this is a little pivot. I don't know if you ever watched this shit growing up. It was on Disney Channel called Halloween Town.
Of course, every single one.
Okay, so look, Halloween Town had and I think about this shit all the time. It's crazy. Whenever I lose something,
You're like, is it somewhere else?
yeah, but look, because in Halloween Town was a dude who had like his
All the lost things.
Yeah, so I
I think
think
I know
about
what
this
you're
shit, bro.
talking about. Yeah.
So every time I lose, I'm like, I just go to Halloween
You're like,
Town
he's
off the
playing
rip.
with it in his house right
Oh,
now.
you know what I'm saying? Like that shit crazy, bro. Like,
That's
but yeah, I
funny.
was a little pissed, but that's really what I think of. It's crazy.
That's
I
hilarious.
used to.
Yeah.
I just say, oh, a gnome took it or something. It's a gnome that's just around. He just takes whatever.
Stealing my stuff.
Yeah, gnome just took that eraser.
Yeah, but
hilarious.
you know,
All right, I got another one.
Back to the facts.
Yes.
Or
fiction.
Are they? Is it true or false? Okay, so you guys know Fox Theater. I've never been there, but
I've
I
never been
hear
either.
a bunch of stuff.
I went there a couple times.
Okay. Oh, well, this will be good. So, is Fox Theater haunted? They claim that there might be a ghostly figure named Roosevelt who works there and has been seen. Do you think this is true or false?
No, he just pale like that. That's false.
I don't get lost vibes. I mean, I went on dates to Fox Theater, so it's like I ain't even think about nothing haunted. So no.
So it's true. They said Roosevelt is still clocking in for those night shifts, even in the afterlife. He's been spotted in the theater's boiler rooms and sometimes messes with the equipment during shows. Things will turn on and off when they're not supposed to. Okay, 2 more.
It's all part of the marketing.
It's a good job. Great job, Fox. Y'all doing a great job.
Y'all are terrible. Okay, is this true or false? In the 70s, there was a serial killer known as the Southside Strangler, and he terrorized Atlanta.
I believe that. True.
True.
It's true. So, in the 70s, he targeted, of course, single women. And even worse, it's never been solved.
Yeah, that was Ray Ray. He lived down the street. He used to do that shit all the time. No, play. That's crazy.
It's terrible. Okay, have you guys heard of the Oakland Cemetery?
Oakland Cemetery?
That's,
In
over
Oakland,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah.
Okay. True or false? At Oakland Cemetery, people claim to hear the sounds of distant cannon fire from the Civil War. The eerie thing, there's no record of any battle happening near there. True or false?
So
False.
sewer great. Come on, guys.
False.
Sewer great. It's probably true.
It's true.
Yeah, all of these
battle-
are just true.
The Battle of Atlanta happened nearby, and it's believed the spirits of the Confederate soldiers still roam the grounds. You're hearing their ghostly cannons.
I know they hate the shit right now.
Hey, look, I gotta go
All
to a
these-
few of these
all these
places
black
with a
people
little
in Atlanta.
JBL speaker.
And just start popping out. You're gonna get punched. Popping out, boom.
No, I'm gonna just hide it behind
And just record people's reactions.
and just like start playing cannon fire sounds like distant battles.
Terrible.
That's crazy.
That's terrible.
Just sit there and watch, just with a camera, just filming people. Like, do you hear that? And then
So
somebody,
mean.
Maybe
give
we
somebody a heart
should
attack.
do some pranks around Atlanta for real. Like we should do like an Atlanta prank show, and like one of us pretend to be like a
Oh,
fake
shit.
I'm not-
like ghost tours
I
guy.
fight. I'm not about to
Yeah,
try
yeah,
to
I
get
don't- yeah,
punched.
I don't
No,
know.
not any type of prank that would make somebody. These are harmless pranks.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like,
I like
have you seen
harmless
them
pranks.
people
I
pranking?
don't like these new age
Yeah, they
pranks.
tripping. They touching people.
We should, you
these
know
are
what?
terrible.
We're gonna go to Roswell. There's a haunted tour that they do through the cemetery. It's like a walking tour,
That's cool.
and it's like 20 minutes from here. Well, 30
would do it.
minutes.
Down.
but-
I'm
Yeah,
with
we'll do
it.
it.
I'm with it.
All right, maybe you're gonna see. I hope you see something. I hope you do. I
The
really
whole
do.
time, you already know
I
what I'm
want
gonna be
you
on the
on
whole
the
time.
ground.
The whole time, like, oh, no, not me, please. And I'm like, my uncle.
That's
Oh
terrible.
man.
So you guys have been in Atlanta for a while, yeah?
Yeah,
How long?
20 years.
basically the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've
How
only
old
been
am I?
here for 4. So a lot of these I didn't know, but this is the did you know round. So crazy, mind-blowing facts. I got Atlanta, Buckhead, and just Georgia in general. So underground tunnels. Did you know that there's a massive network of underground tunnels connecting many of Atlanta's hospitals? It was originally built to move supplies for patients discreetly between facilities, but people now say that they're haunted. And there's a lot of like urban legends behind it.
I didn't know there were tunnels under the hospitals like that.
Not in either, yeah.
That sounds crazy.
That's sketchy.
Us.
I mean,
That's
there's tunnels
very sketchy.
under that Jewish.
Oh,
Synagogue?
up in New York, we ain't never heard nothing about that afterwards either.
So New York in general, they say that there's a lot of like
Underground passageways.
underground passageways
New
and
York,
like underground
I think
buildings.
Chicago is like that too.
Yeah, like how they
Um,
have the brownstones, like they're like that, but just completely underground. Like there's just
Mm-hmm.
underground cities.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of states have like just massive underground tunnel networks and all that. It's really crazy. It really, why?
I
What's
mean,
going on?
yeah, it's a lot of drug running. Prohibition started a lot of that too, though.
Prohibition, but then like these tunnels are like maintained and like
Still, yeah.
because they run pipes and
Would you
electrical
guys
work
go
and stuff.
through some underground tunnels, like how that synagogue was found? Would
Yep.
you go in there
Yep.
and like walk
If I'm with
around?
a group of people, yeah, but if I'm by myself, hell no.
wanna
I'm
go-
not trying to get jumped by a homeless nigga.
I want to go. I want to do spelunking and shit like that. Like I want to go in caves
See,
and all
he
that.
wild. That's that white in you, boy.
Is it?
Y'all are funny.
You gonna be in that cave like this. Now, if I just body roll my way through
See, I ain't doing none of that though. But I'll definitely walk in some shit with like a, you know what I'm saying, on some
Nah,
Indiana
man,
Jones.
I've never wanted to go caving.
Yeah.
Never.
So you wouldn't go into
I would go
a cave?
into a big cave. And then once it starts getting smaller, all right, time to go back.
So you would walk in, and then as soon as it gets narrow, you're
I'm
done.
like, all right, y'all, we going back that way.
So
I
you
mean,
wouldn't
well,
do-
look, if there was a tour guide and he's like, oh no, it's fine. This cave just pops back out right here. We're good. But if it's like I see a random
Would you
cave,
swim in the caves?
Hell no. I'm not a good swimmer.
Oh,
I'm
I'd
black. You know
swim
what
in
I'm
the
saying?
cave.
You know what I'm saying? I'm black.
Don't do that.
I'm
We
not a good
swim.
swimmer.
We swim. Don't
do
put that
not
out there. We swim.
You know, I swim. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
We gonna get you some
You used to get laughed at if
glasses.
you couldn't swim, black and not.
Yeah,
like
we
straight
gonna get you
up.
some glasses.
I'm supposed to be taking classes. I want to go diving.
Dude, it's so fun.
I want to do scuba diving. I used
did
to
it.
want to be a marine biologist. So
Me too. Until I found out you really need to know science. I thought I was just
I
gonna get to swim with the fishes.
was with it. No, I was with it.
No,
I
yeah.
knew all the science.
Nah.
I was huge on science. Like I was ready.
Everybody want to be a marine biologist. It's like,
I feel like that's such a. Why is that such a popular?
I don't know. I want to be a marine biologist.
For me, I was like, I
What's
love
her
to
name?
swim,
Sylvia or something?
and I love animals.
That's what it was.
So for me, the math was math, and then I took that biology class, and I was like, it ain't for me.
I have slowly grown a kind of a fear of the ocean because of how
Deep
massive and how unknown it is. So it's like,
I think over 75% is undiscovered.
yeah, I think so. There's a
what?
lot of the
The
ocean.
ocean.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot.
There's
And
a whole
it's-
side of
it's
the earth that's like
crazy.
full of water, like straight water.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
So
Yeah.
you don't. Well, you just said you don't swim that well, so you're not hopping in when you go to other countries. You're not getting in the water.
I am.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
sure.
okay, so what I
Clarify.
tell people all the time, I'm not a strong swimmer, right?
Okay.
I can swim if I have to. I'm just not a strong swimmer.
On the subject, would you guys swim in Lake Lanier?
Yes.
Hell no.
Yes.
Hell
Why
no.
aren't you
we
swimming
talked
in
about
Lake
this. We
Lanier?
talked about this.
Because
last-
I'm not a strong swimmer.
So you wouldn't get like a little tube and just go tubing in Lake Lanier?
What'd you say? Somebody said something's pulling me.
Listen, man, I'm not getting in Lake Lanier, and I
I'm
swim
not
very
getting in
well.
Lake. I don't want to get in Lake Lanier because too many people just randomly die in that lake.
I was on the swim
bro,
team and a
like,
lifeguard. I'm not.
Everybody
gonna
be
swim
like,
there.
everybody is like, oh yeah, I'm a master class swimmer. Master class swimmer found
Dead.
dead.
Yeah.
Well, not even found. Their bodies are just gone.
Yeah, they don't find the
Like,
bodies.
the story like Lanier is tragic, but I know people who go like every holiday and they're like, bro, like I don't know where the fuck the story.
No, I mean, I think it's just,
Everybody, you know
I
what
think
I'm
it's just
saying? Like,
normal.
they go
lake-
every holiday,
it's
they go
normal lake
swimming, they
deaths,
party,
but
all of that,
For
like-
me, like when I go to the ocean, I don't go that far out. Like once I start feeling like it's too deep, then
Yeah.
I come back. You know, I'm just,
But
I
like
don't
said,
want to chance
I
it
just swim, so it's like I'm not.
I don't want to. I got to take classes to become a stronger swimmer. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
You in these classes. I can't
Y'all
wait
just
till
said
next
you was
summer.
gonna give me some.
I can't wait till next summer.
Why?
Cause you gonna do a swim class.
Oh no.
We gonna talk
Actually,
about
no, that's
it.
fine. That's fine. Like I said, I want to get my diver certification
I used to teach swim.
because I want to go deep sea diving. Like I want to put on a tank and everything. And
I
just,
tried it when I was in Colombia or Puerto Rico. I tried it in Puerto Rico, and I
Is
swear
it like free diving or?
it was
with a
scuba
tank?
diving
Oh,
with the
scuba
tank,
diving? Oh.
and I thought I was gonna die. Like my
The only thing I'd be worried
ears.
about
Yeah,
is
the
the pressure.
compression.
Yeah, that's what I'd be worried about. Is
When I
compression.
tell you I had the worst, I'll probably never do it again. Like behind my ears hurt so bad. I felt like I was being stabbed in my brain.
When you
and
came
like,
up?
I wasn't even coming up. Like I was just down there for like probably 30, 40 minutes.
You was
and
down there too long, weren't you?
No,
30
it
minutes?
has a
normal.
gauge.
That's normal.
And my
Dive for
head,
about an hour.
my head just started to feel like so much pressure, and like I felt like somebody was squeezing like behind my ears and my head. I felt like I was just being squeezed. So I told him like I was going up, and then I just couldn't like catch my breath. And then I tried to do it again, and when I went down, like my eyes, I felt like somebody was pushing on my eyes, and I was like, yeah, I can't.
Pressure.
So I just went above and then just swam the rest of the way back. I had the worst migraine for like 4 hours. I
Damn.
was throwing up. Like I had no color in my face. I was going through it.
Damn.
That's
Probably wouldn't do
probably
it
the
again.
only thing I worry about is the
Yeah.
decompression.
Yeah, it was terrible.
But my brother actually, he went to Cancun. He went like it was like free diving.
Yeah.
Like, he did it. You don't know how to swim. I was like, did you tell the people that?
You
He said,
low-key
"No, I told
float.
them."
So, like, they give you
and then
flippers and they keep you
flippers.
buoyant.
He was like, the
So-
flippers made it easy.
Yeah,
So
you just lie in there.
he was like,
You'll
yeah, I
feel
told
like
him,
Michael
no, but I
Phelps.
mean, he was like, but I did good. He was like, well, if he could do it, I could do it. Shoot.
I love men's logic.
No, for real. Like if you can do it, shit, I know I can do it.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
what?
we look at things realistically.
Do you believe that you could land a plane?
No.
Do you
hell
believe you
no.
could land a
Oh,
plane?
wait, actually, I might. I play a lot of flight simulators.
There's
No.
so
I
many
play-
men
I play a
that
lot of
I've
flight
asked that question
simulators.
to, and they're like, I think I could figure it out.
fuck
I play
no.
I play a lot of flight simulation games, so I know a little something about planes.
No.
I know a little something about aviation.
I wouldn't even try,
I
bro.
wanted to be an aeronautical engineer after marine biology, so
I wanted to be an archaeologist.
I wanted to be one of
That
those
would
at
be
one point
dope.
too. Yeah, I
That
wanted
would
to
be
dig
dope.
up bones and all kinds of stuff.
Go to
I'm
Cairo.
gonna do that shit for real
Go
though.
to Cairo. They have the British are there. They have a bunch of different schools there. You just, if you find anything, you just can't take it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones was cool to me, you know, growing up. I mean, obviously archaeology. I loved Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider.
So I will tell you, they are full of shit because I looked at that one of the, I guess it'd be their version of a casket, and you know how Indiana Jones was just like using a little piece of wood and moving it? Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. It's like this thick, this wide.
Oh, you mean the
Solid,
tombs
yes.
where they like yeah.
He was in there just like, let me get this little piece of wood and jump on it real quick. Absolutely the fuck not.
No, I mean,
Like, no.
Yeah.
suspend that belief.
Yeah, that's
But
that's
we
not
get
it.
back to the facts.
Yes. Like little goldfish over here. Okay. Did you know that the infamous Spaghetti Junction, do you guys know what the Spaghetti
Yeah,
Junction is?
yeah.
What they gonna talk? Was this a Ghost Rider?
I did not know. No, it says the massive highway interchange is rumored to be cursed. Some people think it was built over an ancient Native American burial ground, which might explain all the accidents.
People just can't fucking
They
drive.
really can't drive. Like,
Hey,
can't
cursed
drive.
niggas just can't drive.
I don't know
bro.
what it is with Atlanta, but y'all can't drive in the rain. Y'all can't drive,
can't
in,
drive
the
in the sun, the
Y'all
rain, the
just,
snow,
It's just
nothing.
impossible. It doesn't even snow here.
Traffic,
See? Like
no traffic.
it's wild.
Me and Fabo were on the highway one day driving back at night. Nigga came speeding through, just hit another car. Straight up.
I almost get
It
hit
was
every day
open, bro, it was an open highway. So all the lanes were available. He come speeding through that car and hit it. It just take off. That shit was crazy, man. But yeah, people just can't drive.
People can't drive here.
So I don't know if it's cursed. I think
in
people
Atlanta,
just
I
can't
think
drive.
if you live in Georgia, you should have to retake your driver's test every year.
See, I don't want to do that. Like,
That'd be a
that's doing
hassle.
too
I
much.
ain't gonna lie to you. Am I getting paid for that day that I'm not gonna be at work?
No, for
Listen.
real.
Hey, I gotta go take my driver's test again.
Listen, I guarantee the accidents would chill. I don't know what people do here. It's crazy to me.
I don't know.
It's crazy to
People
me.
just can't drive. I just try and drive as safe as possible. I watch everybody else. I know I'm good. I gotta watch everybody else.
That's really how you got to drive out here.
You gotta watch everybody else.
You got to drive passive aggressively.
Did your parents ever tell you, like, I'm not worried about you, I'm worried about the
Yeah.
other people?
Yep.
I always thought that was bullshit until I moved to Florida and then here.
Oh, you.
Because it's genuinely like
Florida's there, yeah.
I'm not the problem. It's everybody else.
What you mean? Like, you mean,
Like I'm in my lane, minding my business,
What are people
and
doing?
almost
Crazy,
get
bro.
hit. I got hit at a red light in a full stop. Somebody broke my shit. Like I was just sitting at the red light, la la la. I hear screech. I'm like, damn, somebody ain't paying attention. Crack, busted my head off my the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Somebody hit me. It's wild. Like at a red light. Like where were you going, bro?
That sounds about right.
I'm chilling.
I've only been, so I have been hit a few times in my car. Thankfully, they haven't been full accidents, but it's mostly been like trivial stuff. Like somebody hit me getting on the off ramp. They just weren't paying attention and they just bumped into me in the back. Then like some girl backed into me trying to back into a parking spot. And I'm sitting in my car like, yo.
Crack.
So yeah,
people don't pay attention.
they really don't. That's
do
really
not.
good. So I don't know.
All right, last one, and we kind of mentioned this. I skipped the Lake Lanier one. So, did you guys know that many of the locations used in Stranger Things were filmed in Georgia? The Hawkins Lab, it's actually an old abandoned building on Emory University's Briarcliff campus. And they said that it has a lot of paranormal vibes. They said it feels super haunted and they see stuff at night.
I would just, yeah, that's crazy. But I would say like, aren't most abandoned buildings kind of creepy?
I would never do like an asylum.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to no asylum. Like,
Like,
I would if y'all want to go.
I feel like, especially.
that'd be a fire haunted house though.
I'd be down to go, but I
Like,
feel
there
like
was a
it would
haunted house in
depend.
an old
The
asylum?
stuff that they were allowed to do to people, like back in the day when it wasn't like regulated, like
lobotomizing people and all kinds of
yeah,
stuff.
like
Shock therapy, but it ain't like a little. It's like, ugh.
it's wild.
Yeah.
Like I definitely believe people are upset haunting. Like,
Did any of y'all ever watch like those ghost paranormal shows or anything like
yeah,
that?
they're stupid,
You watch one? You
Yeah.
watch
What you mean they stupid though?
dumb. What are
Oh,
you?
so
What are
that
you
shit-
yelling at? The internet just came on.
You should check out ours. You know, we got a few clips.
Like Ghost Hunters?
What's
Send me the Ghost Hunters. I can't wait.
It's called Boo.
When you just said Boo, I thought a little Boo from Monsters Inc.
Oh
Oh,
my
shit.
goodness.
That's crazy.
Boo.
Kitty.
All right, so gruesome and grotesque. So, between 1979 and 1981, Atlanta child murders terrified the city. Over 28 children and adults were killed. Even though somebody was convicted, they think that there were more killers involved, and they say some victims still haunt different areas and neighborhoods because so many kids were killed.
That was the black dude, right?
Yeah.
You seen that? You ain't see it. Off of Mindhunters?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, bro. You gotta watch Mindhunters, bro.
Crazy.
They got a whole season on that dude doing it.
A season?
Yeah. The whole season is the Atlanta murders.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Okay, how do you guys feel about brain-eating amoebas?
So that shit terrifies me. Shit like that, parasites, man-eating flesh, and all that shit. Oof. Boy. What's that movie with the, is it?
Parasite?
No. Where they go in the water and the water's like eating their fucking skin and shit like
Oh,
that?
yeah, that's wild.
What movie was that?
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the
Cabin
name.
Fever? Cabin Fever, I think.
What's
maybe.
that?
No.
I can't remember the name, but I know
You
what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's shit. That's real shit.
I do jump in the water in every country that I go to, and it terrifies me because I've seen a few girls that have like had worms in their eyes and they've gotten them
You said
pulled
what?
out.
You know girls who have worms in their eyes?
I've seen it like on
Oh,
TikTok.
no.
They've talked
Oh,
about
okay, I'm about to
it,
say.
like jumping in the water with their eyes open, and they've like had worms and they couldn't figure out what was wrong. Went to the hospital and had like a big ass worm
No,
like in their eye.
no. See,
The only
that's,
thing I've ever been scared of is that fish in the Amazon that'll swim up your,
Oh, your pee
if
hole.
you're peeing,
Your
that's
urethra.
it.
how the fuck they do that though? Like you must
It's
be
a small,
butt ass
it's a
naked.
small, yeah. Well, no, it's a small fish.
And it's like, oh, piss, I'm gonna just swim right up this motherfucker right here. That's
Up the
crazy.
stream. It's like salmon, just right upstream.
Shoot right up in the.
So, did you know that Georgia's warm lakes and rivers are home to a rare, real-life brain-eating amoeba?
Where at?
Georgia.
Just our lakes in general.
You said in
Yeah.
lakes? Okay, yeah, we
I
ain't
can
jumping in
believe
that
that,
water.
though. I can
I ain't
believe
fucking
that.
with that. We ain't in there like that, man. That's cool.
So, they said they can enter through your nose while swimming, and it's almost always fatal.
See?
However, it's super rare. But avoid warm, stagnant water.
Well, yeah, that's yeah. You don't want to be in stagnant water ever.
Yeah, I don't think...
Still water is the worst kind of water. You will die if anything gets inside of
That's
you.
what I'm saying. Like that shit. That's the shit. Fuck all the ghosts and all that. That's the shit. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
like the,
The real
the
life
scientific
brain
stuff.
Shit like that.
It's
Tapeworms.
scary. Yeah, tapeworms won't kill you.
I don't give a fuck. I don't want no tapeworm. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hey,
shit like that, bro.
great way to lose weight, man.
So, have you guys seen how, like,
Then you
people
just
are
shit it
doing...
out. You take the pills, you shit it out.
That's what I was gonna say. Have you guys seen, like, all the pills for, like, the parasites to, like, get rid of the parasites?
No, I haven't seen the pills. No, what you mean, like?
Like, just in general, they're selling, like, a bunch of, like, parasite killing,
yeah. Okay,
like,
so people have pills that are
detox
supposed
pills.
to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's so many, like, bugs in our food now. So they're selling,
Shoot,
like...
we got microplastic and everything now.
Yeah, but now
Plastics.
there's, like, tapeworms and parasites that just chill in your tummy.
Yeah, they can have that shit.
So there's a few people on TikTok that, like, sell the, like, little pills or whatever.
Basically,
And-
dewormer. For
yeah, no,
humans.
seriously. And they'll talk about it and they're like, yeah, like I pooped out a worm and it was like this big. And I'm like, I would have a heart attack. The last thing I would be doing is
That's
talking
what I'm
about it
saying, like,
on
bro, you
TikTok.
got a whole bug
like
in
you got
your body.
worms.
That's crazy.
You nasty motherfucker. Y'all nasty. That's crazy.
That's the way he said it. Y'all nasty.
Cause I like body horror is probably like the horror I really don't want to deal with because I know that shit can be real and that's part of it. It's like bugs and shit. Like nah, bro. Like nah. Give me ghosts. Give me ghosts. and all of them.
Give me ghosts.
Aliens, whatever. Don't give me no parasites, no
tapeworms.
bugs, no tape, nothing. That is crazy.
I believe in aliens more than the other
Ghost?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like the universe is too big for us
for there
not
not to be
have
something else.
aliens. You know,
I agree with
I
that.
just hope they not going, fuck us up. But the chances of that are very low. They will probably pull up and be like, "Oh yeah, we're stronger than you."
I feel like if
Pew,
if I was another being and I was like driving past Earth, I would be like, this is ghetto. Like,
Well, I mean, think
y'all
about it.
can't drink y'all
They're
water.
going to do us.
Like, I'm out of here.
They're going to do us the same way the Europeans did every native group, wherever.
They say it's free. Fuck it.
They gonna
Take
see
over.
people there, but they gonna be like, they not up here with us. Like, they ain't got ships, they ain't got boats.
It's like three body problem.
Exactly. They're just gonna. Yeah. Three Body Problem is the first show I've watched or like story I've even like looked into and learned about that aliens were on some like. It actually made me think, damn, this is actually what would happen. Aliens
possible.
would like.
To be honest though,
I think
we'll get into it. It's a part where in Three Body, like I felt like the alien communicating, and it's not about to communicate. You know what I'm saying? That heavy. They about to really just take this shit
Just
over.
do
Like,
it.
yeah, just do it.
you-
Like, and not even tell you,
but you know what that's for though.
huh?
You know what that's for?
What?
Subjugation.
What you mean?
Subjugation. Think about it.
They don't need
If it's gonna take you 10 years to get to somebody's planet, right? Do you want to get there and then fuck up everything, or do you want to have somebody else fuck up everything for you, and then you get there and it's even easier?
Bro, with the technology you got compared to what we have,
Well, the thing is, in that span of 10 years, we can close that gap. That's what they're worried
They help
about.
them close the gap.
Well,
though.
no, that's what they're worried about. They're worried that
dumb
they're
as
going to
fuck.
close
and
the
I don't
gap.
think, and that's another thing. Like they're dumb as hell. Whoever they're communicating with was dumb as shit, bro. Like,
Well, no,
how,
it
you
was-
how the fuck you closing a gap like that in 10 years, bro? Like,
Well,
I don't
what
know
it is like the people who they were communicating with, they knew they could subjugate them because they believed it was some kind of
They
religious.
thought they could. That's the problem.
No, they subjugated them. They subjugated the people who followed them. But Yeah, I feel like we're getting off track.
Yeah,
but
so- yeah.
they did subjugate him.
We'll go into it. That shit had to be hot.
Because it's like a cult.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's definitely a cult.
It's a cult.
So, have you guys been to cemeteries in general?
Yeah,
So, have you ever noticed the bells at some like older cemeteries?
I think so. Yeah.
Do you know what they're for?
No.
Do you know what they're for? So, and then it was more like the 19th century. People were afraid of being buried alive.
Oh, you talking about the bells on the top of the things? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know nothing about that.
So people were scared of being buried alive. So when they would bury people, they would put like, I guess like a string so that if you were alive, you could ring the bell. So it'd be like,
But that happened a lot back then.
Yeah, it
They
did.
were burying niggas alive
Yes,
back then?
because like some people, bro, think about it. Somebody's in a coma. You be like,
And you don't know what a coma is.
I think he dead, bro. Like, is he breathing? Not really. His heart beating? He's probably dying. Throw him in a casket.
So back in the day, people were so afraid of being buried alive that they installed safety coffins with bells or tubes so that they could call for help if they were mistakenly buried alive. And it happened a lot in Georgia. They even built waiting mortuaries where bodies were held to make sure no one would wake up post-burial.
Yeah, nah. That shouldn't be scary.
See, I don't fuck with that kind of, you know.
That's too much for you?
Yeah.
What you mean?
It's just, you know.
I wouldn't want to be buried alive, bro.
Did
That
you,
seems.
I thought I wanted to be
horrible.
cremated, but did you? Why do you look at me like that?
You want to be cremated?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't want nobody doing weird stuff with my body. And I think it's just a waste of space. Like, why are you just burying me in the ground? Like, that's just such a waste of money and
mortician gonna be
space.
looking like,
Why don't you
this
get,
is-
was it mausoleum or something like that?
She thinking the mortician gonna
Yeah, I
be.
don't. Necrophilia is a real thing.
I want one
I'm
of them.
cute. They
I
about
want,
to get
I want
me.
one of those. You seen the Russian tombstones?
No.
Look up Russian tombstones, bro. Like Russian gangster tombstones. Look them up.
I
Like,
think that it's such a waste of space
I don't know. I
and
think
money,
being
though.
cremated would make sense too. I kind of.
that's what I want. Like I want
So
that kind
I
of
thought. So what did you think about cremation? Like you just get burned up, right?
shit. Yeah, and just painting the ashes. Yeah.
No. Do you know that you get burned and then it just burns like all your skin and muscle and everything, but your bones are still there, and then they grind
I
them
saw
up?
a TikTok video about how it works not too long ago.
Yeah, so they just grind your
They
bones
grind
up.
your bones up and then put you in an urn.
Yeah, so like you technically, your ashes can be mixed with other people's because they can't get it all out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That makes sense though.
So I don't want to get cremated. Then.
That makes sense.
But I don't want to be buried, so I think I'm gonna have to get cremated.
Either way, I'm dead. Does it really matter?
I don't want to waste space. I feel like that's such a waste
I feel like
of space.
cemeteries are kind of a waste of space. Slick.
They're very much a waste of space. And like when there's floods and stuff, and then random
Turn me
caskets
into a
are
tree.
up.
Hey man, smoke me.
So I would really like to like, whenever I die, like if my kids have property, like just drop me in the air in the ground and then bury a tree. I think that'd be really cute. Like plant a tree
Well,
on
they
top
have
of me.
there's a company that does that where you die, they'll put your body in like a pod, like a not your body, but they'll I think turn you to ashes and put you in like a tree plant.
Yeah, that's what
And
I
then plant
want.
it,
Because
yeah.
I don't want like my bones in there. Like I don't want my anything just left.
Yeah, no,
like
I'm,
just
I'm
grind
cool
it
with
all
my
up.
bones being grinded up and
Yeah, maybe I could be like a pretty Japanese maple tree. They're really expensive. Okay. So are you guys familiar with Walker County?
No. Sounds like some
Sounds
sundown.
familiar.
No.
Sounds like sundown town.
The Tri-State Crematory Scandal in 2002. All right. So in 2002, over 300 decomposing bodies were discovered at the Tri-State Crematory in Walker County, Georgia. The owner had been giving grieving families concrete dust instead of ashes for years.
That's crazy. What he was gonna do with
Can
the
you
bodies?
imagine thinking that you were like taking your loved one home and you have concrete dust?
Who tested it though? Like this shit don't look like ashes. Like you know
Somebody was
that.
like, "Hey man, what if this ain't our?" Somebody probably knocked it over and like, "Dang, that looks like concrete dust."
Hey, that'd be
They
crazy.
had the one construction
Imagine getting like
aficionado.
wet.
Oh, but
Oh, and it just
And then it
turns
like
into
starts
putty.
to get like
That's probably
thick.
what happened. Yeah, somebody
he's
probably
probably,
had a
oh
little
my
bit of
bad.
water.
Hey, what are those ashes? Are you sure? That
I
looks a
want
lot
to know
like
what he was
concrete
doing with
dust.
300 bodies.
That's what I want to know. Like, what were you doing? Was it
Necrophilia.
Frankenstein?
I mean, the whole
Necrophilia.
organ harvesting is very profitable. You know,
But they usually harvest the organs after you die.
black market.
He was messing with them people. All right, you guys, obviously, I love Buckhead. You guys go to Buckhead a lot. Do you know anything about Buckhead?
Nah, I know it flooded.
I know they don't want us there. I know that.
Do you know where the name comes from?
A guy. It's a guy named something Buckhead.
Buckhead was named after a literal deer's head mounted on a post as a hunting trophy. They say that it's cursed, and there's been some serious bad luck around it ever since. So,
Is it still in Buckhead?
yeah, I don't know where.
I want to find that. That sounds cool.
What, a deer's head?
A literal Buckhead.
I thought it was a dude's name, Buckhead. Like,
posted.
his name was like Buckhead.
Just
something.
a
According to
literal,
the internet,
Is that-
it's a good old deer.
is that canon? Crazy.
All right, so that's all I have for the facts, but I do have a spooky Reddit instead of us doing our it's kind of lengthy, so that's why I tried to like wrap it up.
I don't know, let's just do it.
All right, so I do kind of want to ask though, in general, would you guys stay with your spouse, like your girlfriend, if something happened?
What do you mean?
Like, if something sketchy happened while you guys were dating, like if you thought she was possessed or if she started doing weird stuff and you guys are like living together.
She got to do some. Her head got to spin 360 degrees before I'm out of there. Nah, I would stick with her. I would get a priest.
And that's a
No.
that's
Yeah.
a great question.
I get
bro.
a priest. I take that. I'll take that cross.
Because I was wondering, like, did you guys see Deliverance before we get into the
No, I
Reddit?
didn't.
I think it's Deliverance, the new one
Well,
with the
yeah,
black people
Lee-
that was
Lee-
based on
yeah.
a true story. And her kid, like, they moved and the house was haunted and her
With
kid
Glenn
started
Close.
acting
yeah,
crazy.
Glenn
Glenn Close, she's like a.
They had to get a. It was basically an exorcism
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
movie. I heard of it. I haven't seen it.
So, like, if your kids were possessed, would you fight it out? Or you just leaving the kid in the house, you bounce
Nah,
in,
we
and
had
the
to
mom
fight
can
it.
deal
You
with
had
it.
to fight it out, yeah.
My homeboy said he gonna let his wife figure it out. He
That's
leaving.
crazy. He
That's
tripping.
I was like, you're wild.
Crazy.
He's like, throw the whole kid away. I can't.
I wonder how that happens though. I think that would be interesting to see.
I would get a priest.
A
First of all,
possession.
you're not about to have no imaginary friends. You sit here talking to me about Bob that you see in the walls. We're moving. I don't care. I'm leaving. And I'm taking you right to the cat that we're going to find the Pope. And they need to come on.
Yeah, if that were to happen, and there was that proof that I was talking about
Proof.
earlier, yeah, I would definitely take them.
Kids start speaking Latin.
Take them where they're supposed to go, like get a priest or something. We got holy. My family's very religious, so they got holy oil on deck. We ready?
Oh, that's good. With the little cotton ball.
Yeah, they got ready. Get some
My
holy
mom
water.
used to work at a Catholic church, and they used to send her home with like the holy oil in like a little pill container with a cotton ball in
That's
it.
funny.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Maybe need to take a trip to the Vatican, get me a little thing of holy water, just a little thing, just in case anything ever pop off.
Just have some holy water on deck.
I knew I was gonna need this one day. The power of Christ compels you.
Isn't it like you just gotta pray over it and then it's like automatically holy? Like, ain't that what it is?
It's supposed to be like blessed specifically by the Pope, I think.
But holy
For
water
holy.
in general is just like prayed over.
Yeah.
But I mean, you actually have to believe. You
But
can't
you-
just be like, all right, thanks God, bless his water. Like, it's a
I'm
thing.
really curious because most possessions happened in a post or a pre like technological world, right? We've never had a possession.
You better get on Reddit. I just read about like 30.
Reddit though, that's Reddit.
Listen, man,
This is Reddit.
the way they wrote these stories, I don't know.
So that story you sent us is on No Sleep, and there's some really good horror writers on No Sleep.
Yeah.
Because
That's where this one comes
I
from.
used to be on No Sleep all the time, just reading horror stories.
I just learned about like Reddit this year, like as far
What?
as being
Yeah,
on
no.
it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
look,
Yeah, Reddit's fantastic.
take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah, that too.
The today I fucked ups, the am I the assholes, because people just farm for fucking
Yeah.
likes.
Oh,
And
Back,
like
yeah, back in the day, it
news.
used to be way more authentic. Like you read some shit, you be like,
yeah,
damn.
now people
But
just farm
know about Reddit,
for
so they try.
upvotes because
Yeah.
there's rewards and all
I didn't
that
know
other
that,
shit.
but just on a Reddit side note, do you guys know Ghislaine Maxwell, who got involved in like all the Jeffrey Epstein stuff? She is believed to have like the #1 Reddit account.
Yeah, I think we
Is
talked
she?
about this.
Yeah.
We talked about this.
Did
Yeah.
we?
Yeah,
Off camera,
with
yeah.
her. We talked about
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I think we talked about it at
Why though?
Why'd we talk about
Why does
it?
she have the highest?
She's like the oldest Reddit person and has like the most status, whatever that means.
That's,
And every
how?
time that it stops, like the writing stops, she's in jail or in trouble. Yeah. There's been no post since she's been
I
locked
didn't
up.
know that. That's crazy. But you know who the owner is though, right?
Who?
Serena Williams'
Oh, her husband.
created Reddit.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
So the connections kind of, maybe he was on the jet.
Listen, man, don't. That's gossip. You gonna get sued.
Ooh, oh yeah, you're right. He got way too much
You better
money.
thought allegedly.
Hey,
Allegedly.
my bad.
But
Serena, I ain't talk about your man.
But back to this one, I would fight for my wife.
So
child.
you're fighting. You're fighting?
Yeah, hell yeah. That's my kids.
fighting.
My
I'm
kids.
fighting. I feel like if we just started like dating like a week ago and you start acting crazy, I'm out.
No, it's out. It's
yeah,
out.
I'm done. But like if we're vested and we have like a home and children, I'm gonna try to figure it out. I just hope you're not like fucking
Well,
me
no,
up.
I mean,
if I knew you in a short period, if I know you, if I consider I to know you,
I'm gonna think you going schizophrenic. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I would think somebody's just
I'm
schizophrenic.
taking you to a psychiatrist.
Because like I said,
you gotta get some
the
pills.
current
In the
age,
movie, they took the kid to the psychiatrist and he
In the-
ran up that damn wall and they said, "We don't.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
he
not
doing shit like
medical.
that. That's
Look,
different.
This is not
Yeah.
if
medical."
I see
No,
some
no.
shit like that, then yeah,
Yeah.
there's the proof. That's
Yeah,
what I
that's
need.
it.
But like, I just don't feel like I've heard an actual exorcism story from modern day. I've always heard them from in the past. Like
You know,
even the
Because
Conjuring movies.
exorcisms are illegal, so you're not gonna
Well,
hear
even
about
in
it.
the Conjuring, like it was always that. But then I really question, like, were the children bad, or was it just a bad child, or were they literally possessed? Like, was it just?
There's a girl on TikTok and it's like Haitian stories and she has a bunch of like hoodoo, like just a bunch of like witchcraft and mermaids. She got a bunch of stories on there. It's wild. You might believe them.
It's just like I said that we live in an age where engagement matters, so people will make up a lot. I used to really be like gung ho, like wow, that's crazy, because like I've read stories about like the don't walk upstairs in the forest.
Yeah, I'm not
And I
walking up
was
no stairs in the
like-
forest.
What? What is that? What is that?
If you
There's
walk
random
up,
stairs. So
if
all
you're in a forest and you see a random staircase that leads nowhere, it's just like a random, like a house burnt down or something in the forest.
Yeah.
You just see a staircase left. They say don't go up to the stair. Don't walk up those stairs because you like.
why would you walk up the stairs though?
Why not? It's
If I'm in the
stairs.
forest and I see some clean stairs, or if I see any kind of stairs and I'm in a forest with leaves and
It
trees
was
and
one
grass,
story.
why are there
You wouldn't do
stairs?
it? You wouldn't do
Fuck
it?
no.
There was
Why
one
not?
story.
No, why am I doing
There was a
that?
Because
guy
it's
on
stairs.
Reddit
No.
who did some really good stories.
No.
And I think he did like a series. And one of the stories was about somebody walking up, like, it was like some pristine,
Yes.
carpeted
What are
red.
you doing?
But if I saw red, pristine, carpeted stairs in the forest, I'm going to say, why the hell are these
It's like True
stairs?
Blood. If you ever watch True Blood, when they ran into the fairies, that's how they found
They
them.
had fairies in True Blood?
Because what happened
When did that happen?
when
What
you
season
walk
was
up
that?
the
Sookie, it was
stairs?
Sookie's family.
When you walk up the
Oh,
stairs,
shit.
like it's basically you end up in a different
In a portal. It's like a portal.
dimension or something.
I'm not doing that. I walk in the forest all the time with my dogs.
Have you seen stairs in the forest?
Yes, and my black ass kept walking.
Where? I'm gonna need you to take a
not
picture.
doing it.
I'm trying to see about those stairs though.
What?
Like a burnt down house or something?
There was no house. I'm in the middle of the forest with trees and leaves and grass and squirrels and bears and oh my.
gotta take a picture
snakes
next time.
and
Yeah, I need a
shit.
picture,
yeah,
The
for
fuck
sure.
am I walking up some stairs for?
Look, we about to go to Stone Mountain, just look up in the forest, see if we
I
can
don't
find
know.
some
No,
stuff.
we gotta go.
Mountain.
We gotta go to Arabia Mountain. That's the forest.
That's a forest for real?
That's a real forest.
I live near the Chattahoochee Park. There's a lot over there.
A lot of stairs?
I haven't seen stairs there,
A lot of forest,
but it's just
though.
a lot of forest. I see
Yeah.
snakes every time I walk.
Yeah.
All right.
Dang, I ain't trying to mess with them niggas. They be at my house.
Who, the snakes?
Snakes, yeah.
Get mothballs. Just make it rain.
That don't work.
Work for me.
That's a wives' tale.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's a thing.
It's a wives' tale.
Whatever. All right, this is titled My Girlfriend Would Answer One Question Every Night in Her Sleep. This is a series and it's long, so I'm only doing the first one and then we'll talk about like what we would do. So I met this girl I thought was perfect for me. Our relationship moved very quickly and I started sleeping at her place after about 2 weeks of seeing each other. The first night we stayed together, she scared me pretty badly. It's one of those things that you can't shake off easily. I was laying in bed next to her reading on my phone when she rolls over, looks me dead in the eye, and she says, and she doesn't say anything. She just looks at me. Hi, I said to her, ask me a question. She responded. I chuckled and she asked me that thinking it was just a cute exchange, but she reached out and squeezed my arm. I winced. Hey, that hurts. She didn't let go. Okay, do you like sleeping together? I asked. Yes, she said, rolling back over to go to sleep. It was such a surreal experience and so random. Obviously, I brought it up the following day with her, but she swore that she didn't remember. I even showed her a small bruise I had on my arm from where she had grabbed me. Still, she didn't remember. I said, okay, and we kind of laughed it off, although I could tell the bruise really had bothered her. The next night, the same thing happened. I thought she was asleep, and then suddenly she rolled over and started looking in my eyes again. Ask me a question, she said. Do I have to? I asked. Yes. She rolled back over. Apparently her logic worked the same as was any elementary school teacher's. Hey, are you just messing with me? Only one question per night, she said. It sounded benign, but her tone and sense of finality to it I was afraid to attempt another question. The next week or so had passed without any terrible incidents. Every night she would roll over and prompt me for a question. Each night I'd offer some innocent inquiry just to satisfy her. Did you enjoy the restaurant? Were you tired? Did you like our date? Small things like that. It was very strange. I didn't want to upset her, so I kind of ignored it. But my sleep really started taking a toll. Each night I was getting more and more tired. I felt like I was slipping away further and further down into a permanent lack of energy, as if my battery was losing capacity. There was one night in particular where I felt extremely tired, and I fell asleep before her. I woke up sometime the night with her hand gripping my arm, asking me for another question. Not tonight, I said. Go to sleep. You have to ask a question, she said. Frustrated, I tried to shut her down with an absurd question. Fine, when will I die? After me. She rolled away as I sat up. The way she said those words, my body immediately broke into a cold sweat and my stomach turned over. What did you say? I asked angrily. One question. No, not tonight. I grabbed her. I didn't want to hurt her. I was just so frustrated and admittedly pretty scared. I started to shake her. Not tonight. You need to tell me what's going on. Why are you doing this to me? I was yelling pretty loudly at this point and she didn't respond immediately until suddenly she turned and pushed me. My mind almost expected some kind of supernatural strength, but ultimately it was my balance that got me. With my knees tucked under me and sitting on the edge of the bed, there was no way to stop my fall. I tumbled backwards, getting stuck between the bed and the wall. I stood up yelling even more, but she had already turned back over in bed. I started to grab a few pieces of clothing and went out of the door. I had been staying with her for a while and had only been back to my apartment during the days occasionally. I finally finished the rest of the night asleep, shaking with anger. She called me in the morning and asked me where I'd gone. I tried to explain to her what happened, and I think it scared her more than it did me. I pushed you off the bed? She asked. Yeah, right into the wall. This has to stop. I really don't know what's going on with you, but it has to stop. I'm happy, I like you, but I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm getting chipped away at, even when the nights are peaceful. I'm scared, she said. We decided to sleep apart for the night. I think she wanted to at least see each other so I could comfort her, but I was mostly thinking of myself. I was extremely tired and exhausted, and I was very relieved to be apart and hadn't realized the full extent of stress I had been under. I even went to bed much earlier than usual and settled in for what would be a questionless night. I woke up. The clock said 3:22 a.m. I wasn't sure why I woke up. I didn't hear anything. All the lights were off. I even flicked on the lamp, but I didn't notice anything. I wasn't sure what had happened at all. I was mostly asleep, but then I felt a little guilty about the whole situation. Maybe I overreacted. I grabbed my phone to send her a text, and she had already sent me one. Ask me a question. The timestamp was 3:21. The text woke me up. I quickly turned off my phone as if that would make a difference. I was in a cold sweat again, fully awake. I barely had time to process what I had just seen before my phone started ringing. It was her. No chance I'm answering the phone. All of a sudden, it started to feel like a sick joke. I quickly lost the earlier feeling of guilt and got pissed. I shut my phone off completely and struggled to go back to sleep. 3:52 a.m., a knock on my door woke me up. I almost pissed myself. I knew it was her, and my fear grew without limits as I walked to the front door and looked out. There she was, beautiful but ghostly, somewhere she shouldn't be, standing in the hallway patiently. I held my head against the door trying to decide what should I do. I didn't open the door but decided to try my luck. How can I make this stop? I asked as loudly as I could. You can't, she said. I looked back through the peephole and she was gone. I whipped open the door and stepped into the hallway. She was walking towards the elevator, seemingly unaware that I was even behind her. I almost asked her to stay, worrying about her traveling in this weird state, but selfishly I let her go. I even had a horrible thought, like what if something did happen to her? At least that would solve things for me. The next day, she asked how the night had gone, and I lied and told her everything had been fine. In her own words, the night before, I couldn't stop it, but I could at least try to control and understand. Over the next few weeks, I barely slept, trying new things, asking questions. Why can't I stop it? She said it's inevitable. Have you done this to anybody else? She said no. Do you want to hurt me? She said no. Can you lie? She said no again. I may have wasted a lot of questions, but what did I expect her to say? Each night I lost a little piece of myself, only getting 5 hours of sleep. Exhausted one night after weeks of trying, I tried something different and much more specific. What's the number of days exactly that there will be in a romantic relationship after today? 112, she said. The next night, another question. What's the reason our romantic relationship ends? I die, she said. Each night I dug deeper. What will your cause of death be? Starvation. What will my cause of death be? Electrocution. Where will you die? Nearby. Can I keep you from dying? Yes. So the future can be changed? Yes. How can I stop you from dying? Please don't kill me. Her words sent me into a lasting panic. I understood what she was telling me, but for all my exhaustion and despair, I kept trying. What would y'all do?
I mean, he doing way too much communication with some crazy shit already. I would have been cut that shit off. Like, you getting black? Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
Bro could have just had a happy relationship. Sure, I would have used that to my advantage. Who's going to win the Super Bowl this year?
Somebody said that in the comments. They were like, why didn't you ask lottery numbers?
What are the lottery numbers?
Why didn't you ask
all she
anything?
doing is basically asking questions, right? Like,
Yeah, she not doing it. She not
oh yeah,
arguing
bro.
or
Come
nothing.
on now. Yeah, let's
Besides, like, if he's not asking, she grabbed his arm, remembering he
She's
had to
possessed,
bruise.
right?
There's like 5 parts.
Basically,
It's very long.
yeah, bro. Yeah, hell yeah. Let me get the lottery tickets.
So
No,
you're good with for the rest of your life. So if you guys end up together for 20 years, you're just gonna be asking questions every night.
She knows she possessed. Like,
Bro,
she
all I
knows?
would
She
do,
doesn't remember any of it.
Yeah, we good.
all I would do once, if I didn't have a question, do you love me? Yes. All right. Good night.
Every
And
night.
if she says no, I'm like, dang, why don't you love me anymore?
I will say, bro is a real one. I've been with you for 2 weeks, and it all just happened. I would have left.
I'm with it.
If she answering the questions and they come true, yeah, hell yeah, let's go. Because at first it's quirky, right? Oh, she wakes me up yeah, bro, she be waking me up at night. And
My
just
thing
ask me
would be
questions.
though, clearly y'all have to stay together because he went home to his house.
So that's crazy.
And she showed up.
That's
like
crazy.
She
when he didn't
texted him. I
ask.
would have just.
Just text it back. So now, we got our iPhones. We could have just scheduled the text.
Yeah.
That's probably what
Facts,
I would have
yeah.
did. I just would have been scheduling texts every night.
3 o'clock. Scheduled text. 3:05. Do you love me? Boom.
Would you
Done.
have wanted to know how you die?
Yeah.
Because the way that it sounded like he's going to kill her, and that's why he gets electrocuted.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna starve her, and then
That's how it's looking. I mean, he captures her. He has her. He's holding her captive. That's why she's gonna die from starvation. He's not feeding her. So he's crazy though. He crazier.
he
wasn't-
crazier for staying.
She wasn't. Well, she wasn't
She
doing
don't even
shit.
know.
Bro, that's not even a bad situation.
If it's real.
No, it's
When
not
I was
bad.
trying to find this one, there were a few other ones, and this girl said when she was in college, she was like knocked out in like the little twin bed, and she said her boyfriend was like a linebacker, and when she woke up, he was over her, holding her down, staring in her eyes, and she tried to like, hey babe, and he was like just staring.
That's
Yeah,
something.
those stories you can tell. So the way you can tell if it's a story is how descriptive they are. Do you feel like you're reading a book? If you feel like you're reading a book, it's a story. If it's like, yo, my girl just did this, that, and the other, what should I do? Then it's like, oh, that might be real. Like they get really descriptive. Like I said, I was really big on that subreddit. Like
Yeah.
I read a lot of stories because there's some really good writers.
Yeah.
There's some really good horror
So
stories.
you think it's like just people just doing like,
Yeah, well, that's what that
Scary
subreddit
stories.
is for. You just write scary stories.
oh, okay.
It's the best way to make a scary story scarier is say this is based on a true story or this really happened.
Yeah, because even the Deliverance movie, I had to look it up because I was like, ain't no way. And the ending was it wasn't
crazy,
what
yeah.
happened at all. But
So-
I do want to know if anybody has like a real scary story, please DM me because I love
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
y'all can
that. I want
send
to
in y'all
hear
scary stories. You
send
know.
it. I want to read them.
Yeah. See, I
Maybe they'll make you a believer.
they won't because it's not happening to me. It's happening to them. The only things everything that I've been scared of, even when it was like an unknown situation, is just because I was a kid and I was scary. Like I used to think horror movies were real when I was younger because I had an uncle who watched them like religiously.
I don't like the ventriloquist, like the
don't like
ventriloquist
ventriloquism?
movies.
Oh,
No,
the
like the
ventriloquist
dolls.
movie. I
Like
didn't
I
know
don't
there
like
was a movie.
those. Yeah, there was one like.
Oh, so like Annabelle, you don't like?
No.
Oh, okay. So you don't like the movies with the dolls that are like creepy and they come to
So
life.
my
and kill.
parents like genuinely wanted me to be like a little girly girl.
Mm-hmm.
And they bought me all these porcelain dolls and I had them on like a big stand. It was probably like this big and it was just dolls that I wasn't allowed to open. And I felt like they just stared at me. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like dolls.
The
I don't
souls
like
of the workers who made them.
There's a lady who threw away a doll. She found it. it was doing weird stuff. Like she would notice like stuff moved around in her house, and then the doll would be like in a different spot in her room.
Elf on the Shelf.
And then was like fucking her and her husband up. Like she would wake up with like scratches, and then she'd hear like, and then go in the room, and the doll would be like on a different side of the room. And she said she tried to like throw it away, and it popped back up in her house.
That's crazy.
So she sold it at a garage sale.
I don't
That's why I'll be buying shit. She sold it at a garage
I
sale.
don't fuck with dolls either though. I don't like them. We used to have one in the what's that glass shit that they put stuff in?
Yeah, that's how all mine were. Like in the in the boxes.
Nah, hell no. Get that shit.
I'll wake up, I hear a little. Hey, wait, come back. We can make a lot of money.
I'm
Hell no.
I would have
This
probably sold it in
This Polly is alive. Watch.
Like in Toy Story?
You didn't like Woody?
Sid, bro? I would have lost it. Like, Sid is done for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Sid is fucked, like, for
Well,
real,
I mean,
bro.
he deserved it, though. Because he fucked up them
Bro, they're
toys.
fucking toys, though, bro. Like, they
Fucked up
It's
them
like
toys,
toy
though.
soldiers. I love
it's
them.
their toys, though,
with
bro.
the small soldiers, yeah.
Like, he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he would have known, maybe he would have been chill about
He
it.
would
But
not have been different.
That was a wild boy.
He was a fucked up kid. His dad probably left because of him.
There's an actor that looks like him in real life.
Yeah. So what's his name?
Will
Poulter. Yeah.
He don't look like him as much anymore, though.
Yes, he does.
As when he was Adam Warlock.
Adam
He
Warlock,
looks
yeah.
different. But he done grew into his adult face. He doesn't have that weird teenage adolescent look.
Because he got braces, but his face is still.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Yeah. All right, I think.
All right, well,
That's
that's
that.
a wrap on the scary, spooky stuff. I hope you all enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
Hopefully we got more specials coming, and let us know what you would like to see. The Thanksgiving special, Christmas special, you know what I'm saying?
New Year's
We could do a
special.
whole Pilgrims and Indians act out. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're
but
not doing that.
thank y'all
Native
for watching.
Americans.
Native Americans, yeah, my bad. She right.
I mean, I'm partially Indian. I don't care. Just
You're Indian or Native American?
both.
I thought you was Ethiopian, bro.
No.
Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I've been
Yes.
Tyler. All my information's down here. Make sure you follow the Bridge ATL _. If you're not following, follow us. I'm gonna kick it over to Kel and to give y'all his info.
Hey, my info is NUE.KELY. You know what it is. Look me up anywhere. Cool.
Ashley at ashley.cougar, KOUGHER.
Thank y'all for watching. Until next time, boo.
Peace.
Bye.